Hi, I'm Naidan Sari, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can rig whatever character that you have in wherever you download it and rig it and export it to Unreal Engine. And after that, how you can retarget that character to use all those animations that Mannequin has in Unreal Engine 5 and all those animations that you can download from Mixamo or from internet. Doesn't matter, because the new way of retargeting the animation from one character to another character is from chain. So it's not like Unreal Engine 4. In Unreal Engine 5 we have chain, okay? And I will show you a step by step in detail how you can retarget your animation to whatever character with whatever rigs that it have for retargeting your animation. So without any further ado, let's begin. Before we start, I want to thank my Patreon supporter, and I want to say, please, if you like my videos and if you want to help me, hit that like button. It helps me a lot. Thank you very much. So for example, we have this mannequin in here. Let's just open it up in here, and this is our mannequin, and I did open just the skeleton, right? This is the skeleton for the mannequin. Of course, you don't need to look at this. Whatever rigging that you want to do in Blender on Maya or 3D Max, it works with retargeting system in Unreal Engine 5, okay? But it's easier to have a reference to create your rig on, because if you use a reference like this, a mannequin or whatever, it will be easier to retarget that. Keep it in your mind that you don't need to do it exactly like they rigged the mannequin, but it is easier to use this asset. So for use this 3D object, I want to go to meshes in here, and in here in skeletal mesh, find that whatever character you have in Unreal Engine 5, find the skeletal mesh, right click on it and go to asset action and export it. And with that you can export it as a FBX file that you can open it in Blender, Maya or 3D Max, right? So I want to create another folder in my desktop. There is a lot of folder in here, and I want to tell it that is rig or whatever you want to call it, right? So export it. It tell you how you want to export it, which version of FBX you want to use. I put it at FBX 2014 because the Blender used that version, right? So you can just use whatever version you want, but I choose this from the start, and I always choose this. Doesn't matter. You just want this skeletal mesh for just a reference. You don't need it at all, okay? Because I did this a lot. I mean a lot. I remember all the bones names, all the bone name in Mannequin, and all the animations in Unreal Engine 5. But for you to see, I want to export it again. So click export. It will be exported. Go to your Blender, go to file. If you don't know about Blender, doesn't matter, because I will show you whatever you need to know for a indie developer, right? Just click on import, and in here click on FBX and go to desktop. We create this read folder. Where is it? This, okay? Let's just open up the mannequin, and right off the bat you can see there is a lot of bones that is sticking around. If you watch my last video about the rigging and the pipeline from Blender to Unreal Engine 5, you know it by now that the start point of these bones are important. So it doesn't matter where the end part is, just the start point of them is important, right? So if I click on this bone and go to this boy in here and click in front, you can see all the bones that is sticking out, but it's not good practice to have it like this, okay? So what I want to do, I want to hit A on my keyboard, hit delete to delete everything. Again, go to file, go to import and FBX, click again on our mannequin, and in here go down to armature. We don't have any animation on it, so uncheck that. And the thing that I want to check in here is automatic bone orientation, because the orientation, it's not important in Unreal Engine. Of course it is important, but because we want to just export it to Blender, and those are two separate words, and they don't work visually like each other, so we can check this automatic bone orientation to show it us exactly like this, right? So you can see it again. I want to click on the bones, go here on this bad boy in here and click on in front so we can see all the bones, and you can see it, right? Everything is cool. We can see all the bones. There are some bones in here that are too big, and I don't want to see those bones. And these bones, these big bones are IK bones that we don't need it for our character. So what we can do, just select it, hit tab to go to the edit mode, click on these bones that you want to hide, click on it, hit H, and it will hide it. Again, if you want to unhide it, Alt H will unhide everything that is hidden. Okay, hit H, this one, hit H, this one, hit H, hit this one, hit H. This one is IK bone as well, hit H on it. And I think this one is a IK bone as well. Of course, you can just see it in here and select it, but because I worked with it a lot, I know which bones are IK and we don't want them. Hit H again. There is, I think this one is this one. No, this is not. And some bones are in here for twisting. We don't need them as well. Okay. So if we go here and expand these, like this spine 1, spine 2, spine 3, calvic L, calvic R, neck 1, tight L, calf L, and you can see it, it will be selected here. So we have this character. What I want to do, I want to go again to object mode, hit A on our keyboard, hit G, and after that Y to just bring it out a little bit so we have some space for our character, right? So know that we have these as a reference. Let's just import our character. For importing our character, just go to File, go to Import, and FBX. So in here, I want to open up these, okay? And it's too big. I want to make it a little bit small. Hit 1 so you can see both of them. And let's just scale it down a little bit because it's too big, right? Hit S again, make it a little bit small. It doesn't matter. You can just use that big and it worked fine in Unreal Engine 5 because retargeting is powerful, okay? And it's roughly the same, and it doesn't matter if it's bigger or smaller. It works fine with retargeting, right? So no, we have our character in here and we have our reference, but what I want to do, I want to delete this reference. Why? Because I know all the bones and it's always better to open up another Blender and open your reference there, because if you're doing this for the first time, you need just the names, okay, and the hierarchy, and all that's all that is matter, right? So again, let's just go to File, Import, FBX, and in our desktop, this rig, click on it and go to Animation, deselect, and go here, Automatic Bone Orientation, import it. So now we have our reference here. Because I have two monitors, I always open it in separate Blender. It's not a heavy software, okay? You can have both of them and it will be easy. First of all, what I want to do, I want to select all of these empties. You can see this is just an empty object in here that doesn't do anything, so we can delete it. Maybe you have it in your FBX as well, so just delete it. The important thing is body, IL, IR, L, teeth, tongue, and U teeth, okay? So all of these are important. First way to do it, you can just use it like this. But if you want to be more organized, because for example, you want to animate eyes as well, so it's better to be separated. But you can select all of them with A. You can see I did select all of them like this, and you can hold Control and hit J, and all of them will be just one object. But if you want to animate eyes, animate its mouth, and all of that, you don't need to do this at all, okay? I want to rename this to Dragon, and know that all of them is just one object. I want to create our rig for it, right? So first of all, let's just see this. First bone, this is, it put the root bone in a empty. We don't need to do that, okay? So I want to just show you the hierarchy and the position of them, okay? So let's just go to edit mode. When you are selecting the root, just go to edit mode. And again, in here, hit H on all of these big ones. In this one as well, this one as well. So, and when you're clicking on the root, go to this bad boy, go to viewport display in front, and now you can see everything, right? So the important thing for us is the naming. Of course, you can use just your naming, but it will be easier to use just the naming that Unreal Engine people are using it, okay? And you can see, first of all, there is a pelvis that is here. There is a spine 1. There is a spine 2, there is a spine 3, and this is calvic L. Let me show you the calvic L, calvic R. Let me expand this, and you can see the naming. You can use this naming, but if you use your naming convention, it will work. It doesn't matter. Just the hierarchy is important, right? So let's just do it in our own way, right? So in here, you can see I'm moving this like this by holding shift, and with middle mouse, I can move it like this. But if it's off the screen, you can just click in here, hit home on your keyboard, and it will bring it up front, right? If you hit one, you can see it in front of it, right? So for adding a skeleton to it, add some bones to it, right? So for that, you should go to add an armature. You can do that, but there is a better way to do that. You can hold shift, hit A, and now you can add an armature. And you can see it create a big bone in here. First thing to do, if you watch my last video, please watch it. It's very much important for you to know about last video. I did talk about how visually Blender show bones and how Unreal Engine 5 showed the bones for you. You should watch that video. It's most important video in this series of videos. Okay, so we have the armature. Like I said in last video, you should rename this armature to the root. Okay, and no, just click on it and go to here, and in the object mode, go to edit mode. Okay, and with that, again, go to this boy and click in front so you can see it. Of course, it is inside our character, but we can see it, right? It's a good tool. The root is 0, 0, 0. Doesn't matter. This bone is 0, 0, 0. Okay. This bone is this bone that we are seeing here. And you know it from last video that the start point of this is important. Okay. So I want to scale it down. I want to use this for pelvis. Okay. Hit G, and after Z, after that Z to bring it on X, on Z direction. And let's just scale it down a little bit again. Hit G, Z, and this is our pelvis. So if you watch my video from last video, you know that this bone, if you call it pelvis, okay, doesn't matter what you want to call it, retarget can work with that. So this pelvis, the start point of that is important. This start point is important. So this pelvis will be the end point of root, that is 0, 0, 0, to the start point of pelvis. So in Blender it show it like this, but in Unreal it will show it a bone from this 0, 0 to a start point of this. Okay, so it's important tips that you should know. Again, let's just go here, and we want to add another bone. We did talk about how you can create bones, right? So in here we select the stop point in here, hit E, after that Z to create another bone, hit E and Z to create another bone, hit E, and after that Z to create another bone. So now we have 3 bones, and we should name it. This one, I want to call it a spine 01. This one, let's just click it in here. This is a spine 02. And this one, we want to call it a spine 03. And if we go to our character Mannequin, you can see this is a spine 1, a spine 2, a spine 3. You can see it call it like this, but I don't want to do that. I want just my naming convention, right? You can just copy the name from here to there, but it works like this as well, right? Doesn't matter what you want to call it. In retargeting, you can do whatever you want. It's very flexible, okay? Now in here, first of all, I want to create another bone in here for our neck. Okay, I want to click on the stop point of spine 3, hit E. After, you can see if I don't hit the Z button on my keyboard, it will go around. But if I hit Z, it will stay on the Z. So I want to put it in here again, hit E, and after that Z, and this is our head now, right? Does it make sense? I hope it makes sense. So this one, let me go here. This is a spine 3, and we want to call it neck, okay? And this one, if you go here, you can see it is selected, and this one is head, okay? Everything cool. Now I want to create the left hand. So click on this stop point, hit E to extrude, and this is our pelvic bone, okay? I want to call it pelvic L, okay? And this is important to use L in here because we want to mirror it to be easier, right? So let me see how it call it on Mannequin in here. It will call it clavicle L, okay? Doesn't matter. I did call it pelvic L. Doesn't matter. It's cool. At a start point in here, hit E, and I want to bring it to here, and I want to call it upper hand L, okay? I want to create another one from here to here, and I want to call this, let me bring this out so you can see it, lower hand L, okay? This L is important. Now we have this, and I want to create another one for just hand, okay? To here, and I want to call it hand L. Everything cool? But let's just go out of these and see it on this side. If you hit 3, you can see it on this side, but I want to see it like this. On top, you can hit 7 on your numpad and you can see it on top, okay? You can see it is not aligned, so let's just align it. I will click on this endpoint, hit G on my keyboard, bring it here, for example, hit G on here, bring it in a little bit, bring it in a little bit. I want to bring this in as well, so bring this out a little bit like this. So I think everything is cool with this. Hit 7 on your key numpad in your keyboard, and no, I want to zoom in here, but if I click on it and hit home, it will show it like this. But if you click on period or that dot on your numpad, it will go to that bone, right? So now I want to create bones for all of these fingers, okay? How we can do that? Let's just click on this stop point, hit E, extrude. Should we do it like this? I don't think so. So let's just go here to see how they did it in here. You can see in here, it is not connected. These bones are not connected with these hand bones. You can see it's not connected, but these bones is the child of these bones, and that's what Unreal Engine need. The hierarchy of them and the naming of them is important for Unreal Engine, and the start point as well. So you can see in here, this bone is the child of this bone, but it's not connected. So how we can do that? Let's just go to here. We can just click on the bone that we want disconnected. You can see, let me show you this. I want to call it pinky L, okay? I want to call it pinky L, and this pinky L bone, it's start from here, and we don't want to do that. We want to disconnect it, but we want it to be the child of the hand L as well. So we can do that. Just select on your pinky L bone, hit Alt P, and click on disconnect bone. And now if you hit G on my keyboard, you can see it is child of that, but it's not connected, right? So let's just do it this way. Grab this endpoint. I want to put it in here. The endpoint is here, so hit E to create another one, hit E to create another one again, and this is pinky L01, pinky L02. So the next one, you can see the mannequin in here has 5 fingers, right? But our character has 4 of them. So what we can do about that? So in here, you can see this is the pinky, and we can use the pinky in here like this, and we can use this big one as this middle one. This big one, let me see what it called. It's called middle, and this one is index, and this one is thumb, okay? So in here, what I want to do again, I want to create a bone from here to here. Click on it, Alt P to disconnect it, hit G to grab it and put it in here. Grab the endpoint to align it like this. Before doing anything else, you should see all the direction to see if it's inside our body of our character or not. So that's okay for now. Hit F, hit 7 on your keyboard so you can see it from top. I want to call this middle L, so you know that this L is important. So the mistake that we done in here, we should do it like this. This is pinky 01 L, so L should be at the end of that. It's important because we want to mirror it, right? Pinky 02 L, okay? These L's are important. This middle L, and click on the endpoint, hit E to extrude, put it in here, hit E again, extrude to put it in here, and let's just name them. So when I click in here, you can see it's selected in here. This middle L, I want it to be middle 01 L, okay? And this one is 02L, okay? Everything cool? Yes, I think 1 2 1 2, everything cool. So we need another one to do, but before we should check it if it's okay. At 7 again, let's just click and create another one like this. Click on it, Alt P, disconnect join, hit G so you can put it in here. Click on end of it, hit G to change its position, hit E. No, first of all, let's just name it, okay? I don't want to name it this time. Just click on the endpoint and create 2 bone in here with E to extrude, right? This one is index, okay? Index L, okay? I want to copy this name and use it in here, hit F2 to rename it. And this one is 01L, and this one again is 02L, okay? Everything cool. Next, we want to do it for this, but before doing that, you can see if I go to the front, it's not okay. You can see it clearly. It's not on our hand. This one, again, is not in our hand. So hit G to bring it down a little bit, and these ones are not okay as well. They are outside of our character body, but we can't see it clearly, okay? So what we can do about that? Just select all of these bones that causing a problem and hit H. It will hide everything, and after that, hit 1 on your keyboard so you can see it in this way. And no, let's just grab these, put it in here, grab this one with G, put it in here, grab this one, and no, I think it's inside, right? And for all of those ones to bring it back, hold Alt, hit H, and those are here, okay? Index is finished. And no, let's just again extrude from here to here, click on it, Alt P, disconnect bone, hit G to grab it like this, and hit 7 on your keyboard so you can see it clearly. I want to bring it like this. Let's just extrude from here to here, extrude from here to here, and I want to call this thumb L. The next one, I want to call it thumb 01 L. This L is important. If I forget to put this L, please, you don't forget to do that because it causes some problem later on. So hit L and we name all of them. No, we should go to this view and see if it's okay or not. It's not okay. So hit period key and you can zoom like this. Hit G to bring them down like this. Everything cool. And it's inside our character. Now for the leg, where we should start. Okay, let's just collapse everything in here. We want to start from pelvis, okay, this one, and you can go to this in here so you can see from the pelvis it is connected to here and start these bones, okay? So let's just do that. You know that the start point of the bones are important. So let's just click in here, hit E, and I want to disconnect this again, Alt P to disconnect it, hit G, bring it here, for example. It's very important where you put it, okay? Because when you want to retarget it, maybe it won't look cool as much as you like it, okay? So play with that. You can see it start from here to down. So let's just do that. Hold shift with middle mouse or 1. We can just go to this mode. I want to start from here to here. E to extrude. Put it in here. For it to look cooler, if we go here, you can see if I go tight L, calf L, you can see it clearly. We don't need these twists, okay? We can hide them. This calf L, we don't need these twists. And we don't need these ones as well because those are just for IK, okay? And I will talk about IK a lot. And you can see for foot, there is a foot that is like this, and there is a ball as well in here. It's for a good animation. Just don't worry about it. Just create them and it works fine. So we have it like this. Now, I want to go to this view, hit E. Let's just do it like Unreal. And again, hit E to bring this down and click on it, Alt P to disconnect it, hit G, and after that Z, bring it down. So this is the ball, okay? And let's just call them. This one is, let me see what they call it in here. This one is tight L, okay? Let's just copy its name. It doesn't matter. I want to do it like this. This one, let's see what they call it in here, is calf L. You can call it whatever you want, but it's a good idea to do it like this, calf L. And no, in here, this one is, let me see, is foot L, and after that ball L, okay? Foot L, and this L is important, and this one is ball L, okay? Everything cool. No, we did it for the left part. If you hit C on your keyboard and select everything like this, which you shouldn't select that one. So hold shift and select that one and select all the bones on the left side. Know that we have this, hit S on your keyboard. You can zoom to make sure that all the left side is selected and aligned correctly. Now go here, click on this button in here, go to tools and click X-axis mirror, click on it, and after that right click in here and go to symmetrize, okay? And no, it will create all the bones for the right as well. So you can see tight R, calf R, foot R, ball R, and all of that. And in a spine, if you go down, you can see it has calf L and calf R, and everything is cool now, right? So now that we have our rig, let's just go back to object mode. First of all, click on your mesh, and after that, click with holding shift, click on your bone, and after that, Control P to connect the armature or bones to the mesh, okay, with automatic weight. Just check that, okay? And now with that, if we go to pipeline, I did talk about pipeline in last video a lot. Just you install this add-on. But if you don't want to install this add-on, you can just export it as FBX. But with this add-on, it will be much faster. I did just create a video how you can download and install this. And here we can just send to Unreal, and it says the export collection is not there. You should go to utilities, create that export. So whatever you put in this export, it will be bringing exported to Unreal Engine. Okay, so let's just export that now and go to Unreal Engine, and in here in untitled category, in untitled asset, if you see, you can see all of them are here: the skeletal mesh, the physical asset, the skeleton, the material, and all of that. Let's just click on the skeleton, and now you can see the skeleton is in here and it looks cool, right? We can just click in here, for example, and rotate its arm like this, click in here and rotate its arm like this, and we can create animation in here as well. But in next video I want to show you how you can retarget this skeleton so you can use it with all the animation that came with Unreal Engine. For example, the animation for the mannequin, right? So I hope you like this video. Please, 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 if you want to help me, hit that like button. It helps me a lot. It's my honor to have you here. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much for watching. Bye.